This offense in College Football 25 is so dominant and so easy to run, you'll be able to drive the ball up and down the field with ease, ultimately scoring more touchdowns and winning more games. In this video, I'll be breaking down the formation, gun way off trio week in the Louisville offensive playbook, and at the end of the video, I'll be showing gameplay footage so you can see how to run the offense in an actual live game. Now the plays we're going over are also in other playbooks, so I'll be sure to have those on the screen for you. Now let's get started. What's up guys, I'm really excited to get into this breakdown because this offense honestly is probably the most fun I've had in any offense this year. Now to start off, for every play that we go over, you always want the trip side, so the 3 wide receiver side, to be on the wide side of the field. This will help with spacing and you'll just have receivers more open opposed to having them on the short side. So right now I'm on the left hash mark and my receivers are on the right side of the field, which is the wide side. So if I was on the right side of the field, I would want my trip side to be on the left side, which in that case, that would be the wide side. So again, you want the trip side on the wide side of the field. Now the first play we're going to go over is stick and up. And now stick and up is kind of our base play, and there's so many different route combos that we can make out of this one singular play. For the first setup, all we're going to do is put the tight end on a drag and then the running back on a drag, and that is it, just 2 hot routes. Now if you need to block extra players, you could definitely just block the running back, but if you don't need to block anybody, you could just send 5 out and put the running back on a flat, and the play will look like this. Now this play is a man and zone beater, so it beats any man defense, any zone defense, and could also beat match coverage. So your first read in the play is going to be the running back flat. You always want to hit your flat. So when I snap this ball, if the flats are open, we're going to hit the running back and we're going to get as many yards as possible and make the defense respect the flats. That's very, very important. Now your second read in the play is going to be the tight end drag, and the tight end drag is also very good against man or zone. So we're going to snap this ball, and against zone, you can usually hit the drag underneath of zone defenses and get an easy 5 to 10 yards right there. And sometimes you can make some people miss and get even more yards after the catch. Now, the drag is also good against man coverage, like I said before. So right now, we're in a cover 2, and you're going to see when I set up the play that the drag could definitely create separation, and we can throw it to him in stride to the outside and get a ton of yards after the catch, just like that. Right there, we got about 15 yards, so that drag is very powerful. Now, your third read in the play is a super deadly return route. Now, the return route is also one of the best routes in the game, and it beats man or zone. So I'm going to snap this ball here, and you're going to see against zone defense, you're going to see that we can hit this kind of like late in the play or early in the play. Right there, we hit it late, and you can usually hit that underneath of zone defenses just like we could with that drag. Now against man defense, it also torches man. So right here, we're in cover 2 man, which is a very popular defense. I'm going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that the return will gain a ton of separation. You can pass lead that to him in stride and kind of just to the outside. So right there, since he's running to the left, I'm pass leading it to the left away from the defender, and we were able to get some easy yards on that play. So the return is extremely deadly. Now the other deadly route in this play is the post route, and the post is a short post. Short posts are very, very good at beating man or zone. So you're going to see here against zone defense that we can get this post open as long as he doesn't bump into players with a pass lead down away from the deep zones, and we can get a ton of yards in the middle of the field. And sometimes you can also hit it late. Right there, we hit it in the middle of the field. And you're going to see that if we pass lead this up, right, if we pass lead this up here, this safety would be able to play the route. But we pass lead it down and came back to the ball just like we did here. So like, let me actually get to the receiver. So we pass lead it down, we came back to that ball, we swerved in a little bit, caught that ball, and we were able to get an easy open catch with a pass lead down away from those safeties. Now, that post is also good against man coverage. So we're going to see here, let's set up our play. The defense is in cover 2 man. We're going to snap this ball, and against man coverage, it creates a ton of separation again. You can pass lead that to the middle of the field away from the defenders, and sometimes it'll go for a 1-play touchdown. So that play is super deadly because you have so many great man and zone beaters, and it's just super hard to stop. So that is play number 1 out of sticking up. So for play number 2 out of sticking up, what we're going to do is just put the tight end on a streak and then the running back on a flat. And once again, if you need to block an extra player, you can 100% block the running back in this play. Now your first read in this play is actually going to be the tight end seam streak, and the seam streaks are really, really good in this year's game. So I'm going to snap this ball. I'm going to quickly glance at the seam streak, and if it's open, we can hit him right away. Right there, it's open. We can pass lead that ball down and possession catch that before any defenders can make a play on that ball. So the seam streak is open a lot of the time, so make sure you just make a quick glance at that seam streak. Now your next read in the play is going to be the return route. And the return, once again, is very good against man or zone. So here's our play. We're going to snap this ball. And right here, we have our return. The seam streak was guarded, so we look down to our return route. So we have a high-low between the seam streak and the return route. And when I go to the instant replay here, you're going to see that if I quickly glance at that seam streak, I saw that it was guarded. So I just put my eyes down towards where the return is running to. Then I was able to hit the return wide open, get up the field for probably about 10 to 12 yards. And I moved the chains, got a first down right there. Now, once again, that return is good against man coverage. So once again, we're now in a cover 2 man defense. I have my play set up. You're going to see that the cover 2 man gets easily beat by that return route, and we're able to get a ton of yards because the return route is just so good. You really can't play man coverage against it. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the post. So I'm going to snap this ball, and you're going to see against zone coverage, we're going to be able to have this post in the middle of the field with a pass lead down away from those safeties. That post is extremely deadly because you're going to see, like, if the linebackers go up to guard that post, then we just have the return route. So the linebackers kind of have to make a choice between the return route or the post. And right there, they chose the return route. So we have the post wide open with a pass lead down. We come back to the ball, get some easy yards on that catch. Now the post is also good against man coverage. So once again, we're going to go to man coverage here, and we're going to set up our play. And then we snap the ball, and the post creates separation. We can pass lead that away from the defenders and get a huge gain to that post against man coverage. So once again, we just have a ton of man beaters and zone beaters in this play. Now your next read in this play is going to be the flat route, and this is kind of just a check down route. So if everything is guarded and you have that check down, you can just hit that check down right there, get as many yards as possible. And sometimes you just got to hit your check downs. So if the check down is open, be sure you check it down to the check down route. Now the other thing I want to go over is against Tampa 2. So against cover 2 zone defense, a lot of the times you'll be able to hit this streak, the outside streak, for a one-play touchdown. So you're going to see here, I'm going to snap this ball. You're going to see with the pass lead towards the sidelines, we can get a one-play touchdown just like that. And right there, we did get tackled. But one thing I do want to show you, so if we move the ball here, if you're on a hash mark, you saw right there that it was kind of a tight window. But if you're not really on a hash mark, but you're still on one side of the field, so let's say like we're a couple yards away from the left hash mark, we'll still have our trip side on the wide side of the field, just like we'll have that in every play. And we go to a Tampa 2, you're going to see that it'll actually be more open than when we're on a hash mark. So right here, we can pass lead this ball, and we have a ton of more space to get that one-play touchdown or close to a one-play touchdown. So just keep in mind that against cover 2, in this play, you can have a one-play touchdown, but you don't want to be on a hash mark because it is a little bit tighter of a throw. If you're a little bit off the hash mark, it's a lot easier of a throw. So I'll do this one more time. So let's go to cover 2. You see here, cover 2. We have our play set up. You're going to see we have a lot more space to throw it to the sidelines when we're not really exactly on a hash mark. We're just on a certain side of the field. We're not in the middle of the field. We're still on a side of the field, but just not directly on a hash mark, and it works just like that. So that is play number 2 out of sticking up, and again, it's extremely powerful. So now let's get into sticking up play number 3. So we're still in sticking up, obviously, and for play number 3, our adjustments are to simply put the tight end on a streak, then we're going to put the running back on a flat, and then we're going to put the outside wide receiver on a speed out, and custom stem him up 2 times with the D-pad, and we can do that by pressing Y or triangle, pressing the receiver's icon, holding LB or L1, then pressing the D-pad up 2 times, so 1, 2. And then the play will look like this. And this, again, is a man or zone beater. No matter if your defense is in man, match, zone, this play will beat it. Now, your first read in the play is going to be the seam streak once again. And again, it's a quick glance. So we're going to snap the ball, quick glance, and it's there. We can pass lead that down away from the deep safeties, possession catch it, and get an easy gain to that seam streak. And the other thing I did want to mention, you could block the running back in this play if you need to. I think I forgot to say that. So again, you could block the running back if you need extra protection, or you can put him on a flat if you don't. But your next read in the play after the seam streak is going to be the speed out on the right side. And this again is a man or zone beater. And against zone, you can just pass lead this down towards the sidelines. Then you can come back to the ball with the receiver, aggressive catch it, and then get up the field for an easy gain. Now it also, again, beats man coverage. So let's go to man coverage here. So we're in cover 2 man. We're going to set up our play. Custom stem him up twice. There we go. And then we're going to snap the ball, and you're going to see against man coverage, we can still pass lead this down and towards the sidelines, aggressive catch it, come back to the ball, get an easy catch on the sideline. So that speed out is very deadly against man or zone. Now your next read in the play after the speed out is the post route. And usually you can hit this in the middle of the field because this seam streak will pull any of the deep middle zones up and you can hit it underneath the deep zones and over the top of the linebackers, just like this, and we got an easy catch right there in the middle of the field. So that post is very good, and that seam streak does a great job of pulling the deep zones up the field away from that post. Now that post is also good at beating man coverage, so let's go to man coverage here, and we are going to set up our play. 1-2 on the outside with the seam or the speed out. Then we're going to snap our ball, and you're going to see the post creates separation. We can pass that away from the defender, and we get about 20 to 30 yards to that post route because it's just so good against man coverage. Now your next read will be the return route, and once again, the return very good against zone coverage. We're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see against zone coverage, we can hit this right there. We can sometimes pass that down away from those linebackers, but right there, I was able to hit him right in the chest for an easy 5 to 8 yards. And once again, against man coverage, or that's not man coverage, let's go to let's go to cover 2. There we go. And once again, against man coverage, you're going to see that the return route will gain a ton of separation, just like that. Even that was pretty good defense, but because that return route is so good, we're able to create separation. So the defense, once again, needs to run a certain defense, a specific defense, to stop that return route, and man coverage isn't going to do it. Now your last read in the play is simply just going to be the flat route, just in case you need a check down if everything else is guarded. So once again, if we put that running back on a flat and everything is guarded, we can just hit our check down just like that, get up the field for an easy 5 to 6 yards. But once again, if that check down is open, we want to hit our check downs. We don't want to force the ball anywhere. Now let's get into the fourth setup out of sticking up. Now what we're going to do here, so let me get off the linebacker here. So what we're going to do here is put our tight end on a corner route. Then we're going to put our slot wide receiver, our slot receiver on the trip side on a zig route. Then we're going to block the running back and leave everything else the same. Now you could put the running back on a flat if you want, or a wheel route, but I like to have a little bit extra protection in this play, so I'm going to block the running back. Now this play, once again, is a man or zone beater. We have a zig that beats man coverage, we have a corner that beats man coverage, and we have a post that beats man coverage. And they also, of course, beat zone. So your first read in the play is going to be the zig, and if that zig is open right away, we're going to hit that zig, get up the field for a rack catch, and get as many yards as possible to keep moving the chains. If that zig is open, you want to hit the zig, you want to hit your flats, because it will force your opponent to have to respect it. Now your next read is going to be the corner route, and the corner, once again, is very, very good against man or zone. You're going to see against zone defense, we can hit this on the sidelines. Once it actually gets to the sidelines, there you go. We can hit this on the sidelines, or maybe just more towards the numbers, because we have a zig pulling down flat zones, and we have a streak pulling up the deep zones that creates open space for our corner. So you see here that the streak pulls the deep zones up, the zig pulls the flat zones down, and that opens up all of this space for the corner route on the sidelines, more towards the numbers, for an easy catch and a couple of yards to keep moving the chains. Now against man coverage, you're going to see that the corner also will beat man, and we're going to set up our play. There we go. Defense is in cover 2 man. You're going to see that the corner creates some separation. We can pass that in stride right there on the sidelines to the outside for an easy gain. So it's very tough to guard those short corner routes by the tight end. Now your third read in this play, and it's your last read in this play, is going to be the post. And once again, against zone defense, you can hit this post kind of in the middle of the field, and pass lead it down away from those safeties, just like that. And you can come back to the ball, aggressive catch it for an easy gain and first down. Now the post is also very good at beating man coverage. So let's go to cover 2 man on the defensive side. And then we're going to snap our ball here. And we're going to try to, make some room in the pocket. You're going to see right there, the post is open. We can freeform that or pass lead that away from the defenders and get an easy gain to that post. And that is your last read. So that is play number 4 out of sticking up. The next play we're going to go over is shock H option. And this is a very good play, again, against man or zone. Now in this play, what you're going to do is put the tight end on a streak. You're going to block the running back. You're going to put the solo wide receiver on the left side on a drag. Then you're going to put the outside trips receiver on a comeback. Now that is the adjustments, and this is what the play should look like. Now in the play, your first read is a quick glance to the seam streak. So I'm going to snap the ball, and if the seam streak is open, we can pass that ball down. Right there is no defenders kind of near me, so I was able to rack catch that and get up the field. So if that seam streak is open, throw it to the seam streak and get yourself a couple of easy yards. Now your next read in the play is going to be the drag route, and the drag is very, very good against zone or man. You're going to see here against zone, we can hit this underneath with a pass lead away from the defenders and get up the field with another rack catch, keep moving those chains, and keep making the defense stay on their toes. Now, once again, the drag is very good against zone coverage, so we're going to set up our play here, and then we're going to go to man coverage on the defensive end of the ball. So now we're in cover 2 man, and we're going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that the drag can create separation just like that, pass lead that away from the defenders, get up the field for a rack catch for a huge gain to that drag route. So if that drag is open, make sure you hit it. Now, your next read in the play is the comeback route on the outside wide receiver. Now, the comeback route is so underrated. I'm going to snap this ball, and you're going to see that it beats zone or man, and against zone, it will have a ton of separation. You don't even need to really pass lead that right there. And we were able to just press the button and get some easy yards on the sidelines. Now, the reason that was open, I want to go to the instant replay here, is because this little fade route right here by the slot wide receiver pushes back the deep zones. The drag route keeps the flat zone low, and that creates separation for this comeback to be hit on the sidelines for an easy first down. Now, the comeback is also very good against man coverage. So we're going to go to cover 2 man here. We're going to set up our offensive play, and you're going to see that the comeback will create separation as long as we have time in the pocket, and we can throw that at its break, and we can come back to the ball to get another easy first down. So the comeback is good against man or zone. Now, your last read in this play is going to be the fade route by the slot receiver on the trip side. Now, against cover 2, you're going to see that you can get an easy one-play touchdown, but you don't want to be exactly on a hash mark. If you're exactly on a hash mark, the play won't be very good, and it really won't be a one-play touchdown. But if you're a little off the hash mark, like 1 to 2 yards off, like you see I am on the screen right now, you're going to see against cover 2, we have an easy one-play touchdown with a pass lead to the outside. We can get an easy one-play touchdown in stride away from that defender for a one-play touchdown. Now, this also works against cover 2 man, as long as your fade wide receiver could beat man coverage pretty well. So we're going to set up our play again, and you're going to see if we can beat our man defender, we can also, again, throw this to the outside just like that, in stride away from the defenders for an easy one-play touchdown. Once again, it's very important that you're not exactly on a hash mark. So you're going to see if I change the spot of the ball and I go to a hash mark, I'll just go to cover 2 zone here. So cover 2 zone. So you're going to see it's the same exact play, but because we're on the exact hash mark, you're going to see that the deep half is going to be able to play this just like that. See? So you don't exactly want to be on the hash mark. You want to be a little bit off of the hash mark for this to be a one-play touchdown versus cover 2 man or zone. Now, the next play we're going to go over is called all go, and this is a pure zone beater. So for the adjustments, what you're going to do is put the running back on a flat. You're going to put the middle trips receiver or the slot wide receiver on the trip side on a flat. Then you're going to put the outside trips receiver on an in route, and that's it. That's all the adjustments. Now, again, this is a pure zone beater. And again, you can also block the running back if you need to for extra protection, but if you don't need to, put the running back on a flat and the play will look like this. Now, your first read in the play is going to be the running back flat. When I snap this ball, if the running back flat is open, we're just going to hit that running back flat and get an easy 3 to 5 yards on the play. So if that flat is open, be sure you hit it and get that easy 3 to 5 yards. Make the defense respect the flats. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the other flat route by the middle trips receiver. So if I see the middle trips receiver is open on the flat, we're just going to hit that flat and get another easy 3 to 5 yards. Now, your next read in the play is going to be the in route by the outside trips receiver. And this in route is very good against zone. So you're going to see here that we can usually hit this right there in the middle of the field against zone defense. Now, the cool thing is it's kind of a high-low between this tight end crosser and the in route. So I'm going to set up this play here, and our next read is going to be the tight end crosser. So if the linebackers kind of stay low to guard that in route, then the crosser by the tight end will be open. So the linebackers stay low, and we have that tight end crosser with the pass lead down away from those deep zones. The other reason that tight end crosser is open against zone is because this streak will push back any of the deep zones, and then that will create all this open space for the tight end crosser. So this play is very good and very powerful against zone defense. Now, let's get into the gameplay. All right. Put our flat. We got our tight end. Good. Try to make a miss. Good job, tight end. Good job, 83. Now this right here, this is a man and zone beater. And they're actually going to put our tight end on a drag, running back on a flat. This route right here, the return route is so good. And then this short post by the solo wide receiver, very good at beating man or zone too. So is this drag? This drag very good. And you're going to see this post right there with a pass lead down and a broken tackle. Whoop. Oh, I wanted to spin the other way. Probably didn't need to spin. Let's go here. I'm going to run this speed out again because it works. See, that's what we needed before. Come back to the ball, boom. Just like that. Perfect, 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 perfect. Love it. This now. We have the drag. Good. Get out. Can we truck him? That wasn't a good truck at all. So a big thing here, clock management. So there's 1 minute, 17 seconds left. He got the ball first. So if we could score here and then give him no time to score in the first half, and then we get the ball back again, then we're talking about double dipping, and we love double dipping. We love double dipping. Good wheel route. Good job. It's perfectly fine though. I just let me hit my tight end, bro, you know? Love this, love this, love this. Got him. Love that return route right there. Don't go. Okay, good, 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 good. Now we're going to call timeout with like 15 seconds. We have the running back. Boom. Catch that. Good job. Yep. Good, good, good. This could be a cover 2 zone or man beater, but it's also just a good play in general if we have time. Like this right here. Good. Like comebacks, very good man beaters, just like that. Boom. Good. Got the tight end. Good. Love those seam streaks right there. If you're not hitting seam streaks, you gotta start being a seam streak demon. You gotta. Seam streaks are huge. All right. Do this again. Let's see what he does here. We have the seam streak again. He's not making any adjustments, so we're going to keep hitting that until he makes adjustments, and then we can look at our other routes. So right there, our first read is that seam streak, and if he takes that away, we're going to look underneath. He doesn't take it away. Boom. We're going to keep doing it. I don't know why he's not. We're going to no huddle. You're the coach right now, and if you're the coach, right, and your opponent's not taking that away, why would you go to something different? Right here, it should be taken away. It is taken away, but now it doesn't cover the flat, so we look at our flats. We make all these people miss. You can make one miss. Let's hurry up. Let's flip the play. Oh, I meant to flip the play. There we go. Now let's put the tight end on a flat. Running back on a flat. Let's look at the running back drag. Got him. Boom. Can't guard that way. Good job. Good job. Oh, he's running some double mug. Okay, so now we're playing against double mug here. Against double mug, sometimes we're going to have to block the tight end, which is the best way. Maybe put our running back on a wheel. ID the opposite D end of the tight end. Boom. We got a block. Good. We had the post. Very good. Very good. Very good. I'd like a little bit better blocking. Is he going to quit? All right, on to game 3. Is he blitzing by chance? No, he is not, but we have our little comeback route. We got a spin. Ooh. Oh, keep going. Good fight, good fight, good fight, good fight. No fumbles here today. No fumbles here today. Now let's put him on a drag. Boom. I think he's just in cover 3, but last time all the defense just went back. Let's get there. Good. Ooh. Good moves, good moves, good moves. All right. Right there, I just was reading underneath. Just trying to hit our underneath right there. Let's do this. Boom. 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 See how this works. Why was he using the slot corner? Whoop. Good moves, good moves. 1, 2. Good. Slot corner. We got our speed out. Need a good throw. Good job. Don't go. Ooh. Ooh, we got crushed right there. Be careful of fumbling. No fumbling. But no fumbling. And they just kind of didn't. No. Okay, right there. We have a little gap. Good job. Slide. Great job. Now, we're in a very manageable 3rd down. Now, I think we're going to actually go verticals. Go. Well, it's actually called all go, but who's counting? Let's go here. Here. Good. Is he running that? Oh, we got the tight end. Good. Let's go. Good job. Let's hurry up. Let's go. Boom. Right there. Touchdown. Good job. Great drive, guys. Let's go. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely like this video that's on the screen, going over 5 mistakes every college player makes and how to fix them. This will help you for College Football 26 to immediately win more games.